Hey guys, this is the professor. We're out in the cabin today and going to make a fireplace meal for you. Now this is not a totally new idea. We saw the video last week from James Townsend and Son about cooking in a pumpkin shell. And so what we're going to do today is to cook a pumpkin shell here with some rice and sausage stuffing. So first of all, we've already cleaned out the pumpkin shell here. We have some diced apple pieces. We're going to put that in. We're also going to use one of these Nor rice sides. This one's teriyaki rice. And we'll add a few cranberries and raisins. And we've also got some cooked sausage. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and get that rice mixture heated up. I'm going to kind of cook that before we put it in the shell, because from the heat coming from the outside, the shell will bake, kind of keep the inside all melding together, but I think it's going to take longer for the inside to cook than the outside. So we'll go ahead and get that going for you. Okay, our rice, apple, sausage, and raisin mixture has been boiling for 4 or 5 minutes. The idea here is not to cook it completely done, because it's going to finish cooking in the shell. But I wanted to have the heat on the inside and kind of get that started. So let's go ahead and fill a shell up here. Once again, we might have more filling than we have shell space, in which case we'll have some extra here to have on the side. But definitely want to bake that in the shell. Another thing we've noticed in doing this at home in the oven is that we need to be sure there's quite a bit of liquid in here, because as it bakes it tends to dry that out. So we'll be sure that we get quite a bit of liquid in there. I can see that I've only misjudged the capacity of the pumpkin shell by a factor of 2 to 3. We've got way more filling than what we've got shell space. And that's okay. What we'll do is we'll keep the rest of this in the pan here, and we'll serve that as a side here to go with that. So our shell is full. Let's add a little bit more of that liquid to make sure that we got enough liquid in there, and we'll soon get this on to bake. Okay, our pumpkin is in the heat now. I've got it sitting up about 2 inches or so from the coals, and I can already see that it's probably in too hot of a spot, because the side nearest the fire is already turning black and starting to smoke a little bit. So we're going to have to adjust that to find the right place to bake it slowly. Okay, well, we can see how our pumpkin is done here. The top of it's still pretty hot, so we'll take that top off and see how the inside looks. Everything in there looks pretty good. Looking pretty good. So what we'll do now is basically cut this in some slices to serve this up. Once again, where this is burnt on the outside, I don't plan to eat that. What we'll do is just kind of peel the pumpkin away on the inner side of that. So we'll just kind of cut this in some slices. And the pumpkin is done, I think, as you can see in here. And then what we will do with that is we will simply plate up that in slices so that each of our folks today can have a piece of that. So we'll have some of our pumpkin here, and we'll have a scone to go with that. So we'll put that on our plate. So we've got some bread to go with that, and we'll give that a little taste test here in the cabin. So we'll try a little bit of our cooked pumpkin filled with rice, apples, sausage, and raisins. And that's really good. Hey, once again, thanks for watching. This is the Professor, and I'll see you soon.